Welcome to my channel, detailing events throughout the decades. 1989. Cleveland Elementary School shooting. Patrick Edward Purdy was born November 10, 1964. His father was a soldier in the U.S. Army and was stationed at Fort Lewis. When Patrick was 2, his mother filed for divorce against his father after he threatened to kill her with a firearm. His mother Kathleen then moved with Patrick to South Lake Tahoe, before eventually settling down in Stockton. Patrick attended Cleveland Elementary School. Kathleen remarried in 1969, but again got divorced 4 years later. Patrick's stepfather claimed he was a quiet child who often cried. In 1973, Patrick and his mother moved from Stockton to Sacramento. In December 1973, Sacramento Child Protective Services were called twice to his home after allegations that Kathleen was physically abusing her children. When Patrick was 13, he struck his mother in the face and was banned from the house. He lived on the streets of San Francisco for a time, before being placed into foster care. He was later placed in the custody of his father, who was now living in Lodi, California. He attended Lodi High School, but later became an alcoholic and drug addict. On September 13, 1981, Patrick's father was killed when he was struck by a car. His family filed a wrongful death suit against the driver, asking for $600,000 in damages, but this was later dismissed. Patrick accused his mother of taking money his father had left him. He claimed she had used the money to buy a car and to take a vacation to New York City. This deepened the animosity between them. After his father's death, Patrick was briefly homeless, before being placed again into foster care. Patrick was arrested for underage drinking, and he was later arrested for prostitution. He was then again arrested for possession of marijuana and drug dealing. In 1983, he was again arrested for possession of an illegal weapon and for having stolen property. He spent 32 days in jail in 1984 for being an accomplice in an armed robbery. In 1987, Patrick began attending a welding class at San Joaquin Delta College, where he complained about the high percentage of Southeast Asian students. Police stated that Patrick had problems with alcohol and drug addiction and had a hatred towards Asian immigrants, believing they took jobs from native-born Americans. An anonymous person phoned the Stockton Police Department regarding a death threat against Cleveland Elementary School. On the Tuesday morning of January 17, 1989, Patrick set his Chevrolet station wagon, which was laden with fireworks, on fire, using a Molotov cocktail, after parking it behind the school. Patrick then went into the school playground, where he began firing a semi-automatic rifle from behind a portable building. He fired 106 rounds in just 3 minutes, killing 5 children and wounding around 30 others, including a teacher. All of the children who died were either Cambodian or Vietnamese immigrants who had come to the U.S. as refugees. Patrick then committed suicide by shooting himself in the head with a pistol. People were left in a state of shock at what had happened. It is believed that his hatred towards anyone who wasn't American had contributed towards his actions that day. We remember those poor children who were killed that day. May you never be forgotten. Thank you for watching and learning about events throughout history. Please subscribe to my channel to view other events throughout the decades.